What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to go over some PlayStation games that maybe should be getting remasters in the future. Now, this was an idea I had because of the Horizon Zero Dawn thing. Now, this is back when it was kind of a rumor. I was pretty upset, as we talked about in a video, but then, they showed Horizon Zero Dawn, and we kind of talked all about that. I think the price point makes it a bit more okay with the $10 upgrade. That's definitely much better than what I was thinking it was going to be. But, I asked the community, I said, hey, we talk about all the time, what are some PlayStation exclusives that deserve to be remastered? And to be honest with you, the list I'm about to read, I still believe deserves remasters or remakes before Horizon or Days Gone, right? Days Gone, I guess, is still technically a rumor right now, but it seems like it's going to happen. All right, so I wrote it down because I'm 85 years old, and I want to go over at the very end because I got a lot of submissions of like the same game multiple times, so I kind of want to just let you guys know what are the games that people constantly were, hitting me with. But we got a good, diverse list all over the place, all different generations, and I really like this list. 26 games, okay, or 26 franchises, I should say. All right, ready? Buckle yourselves in. SOCOM, Bloodborne, Sly Cooper, Ratchet & Clank, Medieval, God of War, Jak and Daxter, Uncharted, Mag, Infamous, Resistance, Killzone, Little Big Planet, Gravity Rush, PS All-Stars Battle Royale, Starhawk, Siphon Filter, Ape Escape, The Order, Motorstorm, Puppeteer, Eco, Siren, Heavy Rain, Fat Princess, Twisted Metal. Quite a few. Now, there actually were a few more of them. I got maybe like 5 or 6 kind of oddball ones, but these were the ones that appeared multiple times. So I believe every single game on this list appeared at least twice that people, on Twitter or on YouTube gave me. And hey, by the way, if you like the idea of this video, and I think it's just cool to talk about, again, it came about because of the Horizon thing, but to be honest, to not be aggressive unnecessarily, I guess, right, to that game, I do just want to see these games. These are all, honestly, that list, that is an elite freaking list. See, this is why I like PlayStation. Now, they've dropped the ball a little bit recently, but they have such an incredible history, and they've done nothing with a lot of it. To be honest with you, they are kind of terrible, and especially as the years go on, they are increasingly more terrible at taking care of, like, these franchises. Sometimes you'll get a bone. Sometimes we'll get Sly Cooper 1 coming not through streaming, right, that you can actually download on your console. You get those now and then, right? We get the Ratchet and Clank games, stuff like that. But, I just listed you 26 franchises. Let's get going. So, in terms of the games, and again, let me use kind of my cheat sheet here. So, I actually believe Infamous was the #1 response, which actually kind of surprised me because, you got the Bloodborns, and, I'm a big Sly Cooper guy, so, I attract the Sly Cooper audience. But honestly, Infamous was #1. I believe God of War, and I got multiple. So, I got God of War Collection, which I like that idea, right? There has been rumors of like God of War 1 remake, which I think would be really, really cool. And by God of War 1, I mean, the original one. But when it comes to just putting all of them together, I love that idea. 1 through 3, you can get the handheld games in there, you can get Ascension in there. Like you want to really show me that you're trying. And I mean, that's the thing. Some of it's optics, some of it's just that kind of love for your history. If you came out there and you told me you're putting together like a 6-game God of War collection, you don't need to remake them. Remaking like 6 God of War games would be unbelievable. It would actually kind of be too much, right? It wouldn't really even be worth it from their end. But you just put all these games together. Some of them are already in collections. You have the handheld collection. I think you have a couple others. I think you maybe have 1 and 2 as a collection. I have a couple of them. I have God of War 3 by itself. I have like 2 collections. I have Ascension. Just put them all in one disc or all in one digital library. That would be really cool. So, again, God of War was kind of a mixture. Sly Cooper was actually #3. So Infamous, God of War, Sly. I got a lot of Killzones, a lot of, I actually got a few SOCOMs. Bloodborne, I think actually was #4 on the list. The point being, right, and this is the thing, this is why I kind of wanted to make this in the first place. Horizon is a popular franchise. For as much hate as it gets online, we've talked about that, right? Gets a lot of hate. I think some of it, like, it's not a perfect game. So, there is a criticism, I think, of the franchise. But, it sold unbelievably well. Especially, Zero Dawn. Zero Dawn did so well. I think Forbidden West did really well well too. But it's a popular game. I get it to a degree, and especially like I said, because the $10 upgrade. I'm way less mad. In fact, I'm not mad. I actually, I issued an apology. I made an apology video that I do think I overreacted. I only overreacted in terms of, I would say, maybe like getting mad. I do think the idea of necessity, I don't take back. I'm not going to apologize for saying that it's unnecessary to do a Horizon Zero Dawn remaster from the angle of there's other games, and that's my main point. I think some people miss that when they watch these videos, maybe because they just don't listen to me. But, for me, it's about necessity. It's about, do we need a Days Gone remaster? Do we need a Horizon remaster? And the answer is no. The answer is absolutely not. It really is. I get it to a degree because they're really popular, and again, because of the pricing model they're doing with Horizon. However, they did double the base price of Zero Dawn, so really you're just playing with the people that have already bought it, but it is, it's 7 years old or whatever it is, so I get it. I also don't get it, but that makes it less alarming to me. That makes it less egregious to me. But again, you go down this list, and there's some good ones. Again, let me put on my cheating goggles here. Sly Cooper, of course, we've talked about this before. I need Sly Cooper 1 through 3, which already exists, but then also throw in Thieves in Time, and maybe like remake one of those while you're at it. Bloodborne, obviously. See, Bloodborne is the popular new option. Bloodborne is, because you can go back and you can, like you go through the list, right? Sly, God of War, if you're talking about the older ones, Jak and Daxter. Uncharted at this point is actually getting old. Mag is a really neat, like, different one, right? So you're kind of talking like almost, what we want to say, like 2010 and before. Bloodborne is that new one that also kind of hurts the Horizon narrative, right? Because it's like, well, Alex, they're going after popular PS4 games. Well, Bloodborne came out 2 years before, and I think Horizon outsold it. So I guess you can't necessarily say that, but I don't know. Imagine the goodwill. And that's another thing. Again, I keep circling back to the same things over and over. Not just sales of a Bloodborne remaster, but just imagine the freaking goodwill. You imagine the day that PlayStation actually announces a Bloodborne remaster, and you tell me what kind of day that is. Like, that would be like unreal, truly. And maybe it doesn't sell as well as a Horizon remaster. I actually would bet against that, though. I think while Horizon outsold it, I think Bloodborne remaster would outsell Horizon remaster. I truly believe that. And just kind of taking a look at like Infamous, we've talked about Infamous quite. I've always said like Sly Cooper, right? That's a big one for me. Infamous, Resistance, Killzone. That's kind of like a trio that I've always really appreciated, and I want to go back to those games. PS All-Stars Battle Royale. That's a personal favorite of mine, so I'm glad that it got a couple mentions. Little Big Planet, like that's an interesting one, especially with what they've done to like the not the store, but like the hub where like all of the levels are kind of stored. That's really fallen apart and gotten destroyed, so like it would be cool for Little Big Planet to make a return. Gravity Rush, this is the franchise that maybe freaking killed Japan Studio, right? So it's like, I guess you leave it alone, but also, well, here's the thing. Gravity Rush 2 is actually supposed to get a remaster, right? That's the rumor, especially because of the movie that they're doing. So I think that one's possible. I think a Gravity Rush 1 and 2 thing actually is maybe the most, which is sad, most likely of this entire list, to be honest with you. Starhawk, a little bit more under the radar. Siphon Filter, I think we got that through like the classics, right? On PS Plus. You can still go more. Just same thing with like Medieval. Medieval 1 did it, but obviously there's a second one. Ape Escape, I think with Astrobot, actually, it's a pretty good time for Ape Escape, to be honest with you. The Order is an interesting one because I think that franchise, I appreciate that franchise. I wish there was more of them. I think there was potential there. I don't think you would ever do anything with that original Order game. Motorstorm, I'm a really big fan of. I'd probably, the next level down from like the Resistance, Killzone, like all that stuff, I actually would put Motorstorm. I think Motorstorm is a really, really good one. Puppeteer is one that like nobody played, so I think that would be kind of a hard sell. Eco, that had the Eco Shadow of the Colossus collection, and they remade Shadow of the Colossus. Siren is an interesting one, although Siren actually could be coming. There's a rumor around that one. Heavy Rain, I think it's been long enough. Fat Princess, Fat Princess and Twisted Metal, I actually only got one of each of those. Maybe Twisted Metal I got more than that. But Fat Princess I wanted to put on this list. I'm a big Fat Princess fan. And Twisted Metal we might get, right? Because the TV show is just doing so well. And, you know, the rumor is they canceled the game. But then the new rumor is that actually it's not canceled. It's maybe being reworked. So Twisted Metal is also, I think Twisted Metal and Gravity Rush are kind of likely. Uncharted will obviously continue. But, you know, you might not have anything done, you know, with the previous games. Although maybe Uncharted 1. I think Uncharted 1 needs that remake, and eventually that'll happen. So there you go. Again, there were more suggestions, but the thing is, you know, I was trying to stick to like PlayStation owned stuff, and some of them, like I got Silent Hill 2, I got things from like Capcom and Konami and stuff like that. So I didn't want to necessarily, that's not up to PlayStation, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of games that deserve remasters, remakes, and just to end this, because I sometimes get this comment, so let me try to like hit it before I get more of it. You know, I'm not over here, you know, because people will call me, oh, you know, you're always talking about new games, but then you're so into like getting remasters, remakes. I want a balance. I think I've always said that. Again, I think just people don't listen to me, but I want a balance of like respecting the past, and I do believe it's good to like keep these games in rotation. I think it's good that you're not some of these games are trapped. Some of these games are trapped on not all of them, but some of them are trapped on past consoles. Some of them are trapped not being with each other, right? And I think, you know, you should just do that. You know, there's a reason why these franchises were popular at some point, and I think they could be popular again. And it really does not take that much work, even if you port them, right? So put them in a group and move them to the next console. Now, yeah, the remastering takes some time, takes some money, but we're not talking about $300 million for Spider-Man 2. We're not talking, for Spider-Man 3. We're not talking about that kind of money, right? It really wouldn't take that much. Every one of these games, if you just did the lightest remaster of all time on all of them, it would cost you probably less than your next God of War or Uncharted or you know, Last of Us, anything like that. It would probably take you less money, and you would just bring back 26 franchises. Can you imagine that? Just bringing them back, not in new games, Sly 5, another God of War, another Twisted Metal, just having kind of these collections in order, bringing them to PS5, maybe remastering some of them, maybe not, you know, whatever you want to do. It would cost, I really don't think, all that much, and then you would just be literally revitalizing more than half of your portfolio. I mean, this is most of Sony's portfolio. So it's something I can always hope for. It's just something I probably will never get. Maybe, you know, here and there. I only, of these 26, can I get 5? You know, can I get like 10%? Well, 10% would be like 2.6. So I don't know. Can I get maybe 3, 4, 5 of these? I think would make me pretty happy. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and hope to see you all on the next one.